Right, Darrell Kwa has the business news tonight. Good evening to you,
Good
Darrell.
evening, Israel. Great to see you.
Yeah,
Haven't said Happy New Year to you.
I haven't. So Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you too.
All right, you bring us the business news.
Okay, so beaches are part of facilities that attract huge numbers, especially during the Yuletide. Now, here in the capital, the major beaches are usually filled with merrymaking, and this translates into business boom for those who operate various ventures there. Shazaite has been at the Titanic Beach across the Sakumana High Street in Accra, and reports the operators have been expressing mixed views about sales this holiday season.
Here at the Titanic Beach in Sakumana, food vendors have been cashing in as holiday makers spend some time with family and friends. Alidu is a kebab seller who is hopeful of making some good profit by the end of the holidays.
I hope till the end of the season I'll make more profit.
Like how much?
No, that one I'll not decide. Yeah, unless I finish and make my calculation first before I can see.
Okay. So this year has started well for you?
Not too much, but it's not bad.
Apart from food, holiday makers also have fun by way of activities such as horse riding. 3 horse riders who spoke to Joy Business, however, claim this festive season has recorded one of their lowest sales in recent years. You happen to be in the horse riding business. Yeah. How has it been like for you in terms of profits this year?
Pictures is 5 cedi and riding is 10 cedi.
Yeah. All right. By the riding, it depends on the riding you go.
So maybe
it depends the length.
Short ride.
Yeah, that short ride is for 10 cedis, but when you take you for a long ride, we can take you 50 cedis, 30 cedis. Yeah.
So how has business been like this holiday season?
Oh, so far business, it's not good, it's not bad. You can't say it's not bad too. It's normal, but compared to last year was better, very good than this.
How much did you make in terms of the profit?
Last year I made a lot of money. I can't even remember, but I made a lot of money.
You told me that you made around 500 cedis last year, and this year you made like half of the amount.
Yeah, 30.
It's about 30, 35 that we made this year. But last year we made about 500, 600. And we, the horse riders, too, we get something from the horse riding. See, so everything was cool. As for last year, we get a lot of money. We get, but this year, we are in. So we are just watching what will be possible for us.
This cameraman was also at the beach to make some money, but he explained his hopes were dashed because of the advent of mobile technology.
Mobile phone, and first thing I can make answer answer na bedu person you know and by 2 million or 3 million there means abeka. But mobile phone
essentially what he's saying is that on holidays like these ones, he comes here to get pictures of people, holiday makers, as you can see around. However, over the past few years, with the increase in mobile phone technologies, the business has not been so well because people have their phones, smartphones, they take their own pictures, for which reason they are not patronizing the traditional cameramen.
So could it be about time these business operators at beaches modified their sales and marketing strategies to boost their profitability, especially during such festive seasons? Charles Aite reporting for Joy Business.
Well, something to think about. Away from the beaches, and black market activities in the downstream petroleum sector is posing a huge threat to the growth of indigenous oil marketing companies in the country. That's according to Chief Executive of Engine Oil, Henry Akwabwa. This phenomenon is said to be prevalent, especially in parts of the western, northern, eastern, and other regions where export-bound petroleum products are sold in the local market at cheaper prices due to tax exemption. Mr. Akwabwa wants the National Petroleum Authority to intervene to avert the negative consequences on local companies.
There's been an emerging black market. Now, this black market is whereby people, unscrupulous people, load products as export to be taken to the landlocked countries like Burkina Faso and Mali. Yet these products still end up on the market here. So what happens? The government is losing revenue, and these products are not properly accounted for. So these products, of course, the export products are far cheaper than the local products. The reason is that there are no tax elements in the price. So these products end up on the local market cheaply, and people buy them. That affects our sales. Statistics have shown that for the year, year to date, on the retail front, the oil marketing companies combined have lost nearly 25% of sales as a result of this emerging black market in Ghana. It is very alarming. The government is losing revenue, and it has to be checked as soon as possible. I know the MPA has been petitioned by the Association of Oil Marketing Companies to try and curtail it. And they are putting some measures in place. The other one is also that you find products, getting onto the market without going through appropriate channels. Products that are loaded at night, discharged at night, etc. There is proof. There's enough proof. I have service stations around areas like Akwetia and the Obuasi areas where the small-scale miners operate, for example. Now, these miners now prefer to buy those products which are relatively cheaper than what we sell to them. Prior, they were buying from us. So, the proof is there. If you ask me to, and again, like I said, the statistics have shown. And if you go to the various depots, of course, the Ghana Revenue Authority may also have records to show the trend of sales between last year and now, and when you see the dip in sales, So it is something which is real.
Agric Now and finance and organizational management expert with Agri-Impact Council, Juliana Asante-Date, has challenged farmers to adopt new technologies in their operations. This, according to her, should enable them boost their output this year. The agri sector grew by just 0.04% in 2015 compared to 4.0% in 2014. Mrs. Asante-Date explains such decline in productivity could be blamed on the use of traditional methods by many farmers.
Most of the agric that we practice in Ghana is one smallholder. Over 70 to 80% of our production comes from smallholder farmers, and the smallholder farmers tend to use very rudimentary practices and tools. So we are still using hoe, cutlasses. Increasingly, you can see tractor services is becoming popular. Farmers will now rent tractors for their land preparation. Our use of improved seeds, which is another technology that is very important to agri, is still quite low. We are doing around 11% of certified seeds. We are still relying on farmer-safe seeds, and these seeds tend to lower the yields that you can get from a crop. So when you talk about agricultural technology, I would say that we are still at a very basic level, and we have some way to go before we will become commercial. In cocoa, in palm, rubber plantation, oil palm, for the cash crops, cashew, we tend to have some plantations, bigger acreages or farm sizes, but the bulk of our agriculture is still very much smallholder and relying on rudimentary. Most of our vegetables that we produce are produced on the roadsides or on small acreages using very simple farm tools, and then productivity is so low. So what we are trying to introduce with the vegetable production is to look at the greenhouse production. That's one you'd use a very limited space, but the productivity that you get from there is much higher. So let's say what you get from this tunnel, which is 210 square meters, very little. If you compare to an acre, it's less than a quarter of an acre. The yield that you would get might be more than what you get from a whole acre. So you save land, you use better, make better use of your water resources, and also the products that come out of a higher quality.
We'll still stay with the subject of new technologies, but this time around in the real estate sector, the Ghana Real Estate Developers Association is also prevailing on property managers to explore latest technologies in their sector to provide more value to clients and increase their operational efficiencies. The Executive Secretary, Samuel Amegaibo, has been explaining to Joy Business.
2017 will be a very exciting year for all of us. We are expecting good things to happen to this nation.
What happens to the strategies that you think that business owners would have to adopt ahead of 2017?
Strategies that business owners should adopt. First and foremost, they should put the customer first. Whatever they tell the customer their products and services will do, exceed our expectations, because if you take the customer for granted, the customer will vote with their feet. By that I mean they will go to the next page.
At the management level, it is of great importance to us because we are trying to reduce that daily confrontation between landlords and tenants in managing houses. And you know the difficulty with some tenants when it comes to taking their obligations regarding paying of utilities and other things. And also when we are beginning to accept condominium living, apartment sharing, and compound sharing. It's not that we haven't done it in the past. In the past, we had compound, living, where people have rooms and all of them are in one compound and they have one access gate and all that. And I believe if we have lived in a compound house before, you remember the problems with sweeping, who cleans what bathroom, at what time. Somebody doesn't want to do it, somebody is willing to do it. They share common electricity bill, they share common water bill. It has always been a problem. But with some of the IT solutions that are available now, if you have condominium or apartment products, for example, you can use some of the smart products to automate some of the service. So for example, if I have one entrance to a cluster of apartments, and everybody is supposed to pay me 100 cedis at the end of the month for service charge, I automate it. Everybody has a swipe card. If you don't pay your 100 cedis at the end of the month, I'm not the one who is telling you that you cannot enter. It is just automatic that if you swap the card, it won't work. So it makes you more responsible. It's just like what has happened with the ECG going for prepaid. In the past, people complain, and I'm a sicker, so I don't have enough money, and I'm paying electricity bill. Now that they swapped it and made it, have you heard anybody complaining that he's not? Have you gone to check anybody who has deliberately put off his lights because he has not paid electricity? Everybody is using it. It makes people more responsible. And so it takes that burden of that direct confrontation where landlord has to fight with his tenant about settlement of bills. That is one smart thing that I believe that this solution brings.
And that's all in business. The news continues after this break.